Amazon just shut down its AGI lab. That's not me editorializing. That was the actual name, the AGI lab. They named the building after the destination and then closed the building. So here's the short version. December 2024, Amazon stands up a research lab in San Francisco to figure out AI agents. They built it around a team from Adept, a startup that raised north of $400 million to build agents. Must be nice, only wish I got paid that. In one of these acqui-hire deals where you buy the people and leave the shell, several dozen researchers grew to about 80. 18 months later, the executive all over the AGI leaves. Then the lab's founder, Dave Lawan, leaves. And this week, the information reports the whole lab is gone, folded into the layoffs rolling through Amazon's AGI org, on top of 16,000 positions they cut in January. Oof. And the official statement is a masterpiece of the genre. Amazon says it's, quote, sharpening our focus on the initiatives that matter most for customers. You don't sharpen focus by deleting the microscope, my son. Everybody, somebody in comms got paid to make "we fired the AGI department" sound like a productivity hack. And honestly, respect. That was pretty damn good. So the takes are already forming. Take 1, Amazon is losing the AI race. White flag. Take 2, the doomer favorite. See, the bubble is popping. Agents were vaporware all along. Da-da-da-da. Both takes are wrong. And I want you to know, and I want you to show you why. Because the real story here is more useful than either. Let's be honest. That's my agents and I are always digging into the more meta considerations. That's why you're here, right? To listen to this stuff. Full steam ahead, right? Full send. No editing. Well, the agents do all the editing. I just mess up on reading the script. So, look at what Amazon actually kept. Nova Act, the browser agent that came out of the lab, it's still running on AWS. Customers are still using it. Frontier model research continues under Pieter Abel. The data centers are still being built. The billions into Anthropic are still being invested. Follow the logic. If agents didn't work, you'd kill the product and keep the researchers to fix it. Amazon did the exact opposite. They killed the researchers and kept the product. That is not a company that thinks agents failed, my friends. That's a company that thinks agents are done cooking. They've cooked them pretty well. And that the remaining work isn't discovery. It's deployment, my friends. It's deployment. So here's my analogy, and I'll use this one. In the 1800s, the railroads figured something out. You don't need to design locomotives to win. You need to own the track. It's kind of like the pickaxes and shovels, right? Whichever engine runs the engineering contest, it runs on your rails, and it pays you every mile. That's Amazon's whole AI position now. AWS is the track. Trainium chips are the track. Anthropic's stake is a toll booth on the best locomotive currently running. Designing their own engine in a lab in San Francisco was always the weakest part of the portfolio, so they stopped. That's not retreat. That's a railroad acting like a railroad. Now, flip it around to the part nobody's saying. What does it mean that a lab of 80 world-class researchers funded by a $3 billion company built around a team that raised $400 million shipped one browser agent in 18 months? Get out of town. Get out of town. It means the bottleneck moved. They cooked the agents well. They're working. 5 years ago, the agents were a research problem. You needed a lab because the models couldn't do it. Today, the models can do it, and the agents are the operations problem. Glue code, scheduling, guardrails, feedback loops, knowing your own workflow well enough to automate it, all operations problems. And they are not won by research labs. They're won by operators running everything through the pipes. I can tell you this because I run the experiment every single day. My agents publish content on a weekly schedule on cron jobs with API keys while I sleep. Total headcount, me. My lab costs less per month than one Amazon researcher costs per hour. Is my stack as sophisticated as Nova Act? No. Does it ship every day without a VP reorganizing it? Yes, right? And that's the tell. Because in 18 months, the San Francisco lab answered to 3 different leadership structures. Prasad, then Lawan, then folded under the Chips and Quantum org. You cannot iterate on agents when the org chart iterates faster than the product. Now, here's the honest caveat. Because I'm a data guy and from the outside, a reorg and a retreat can look identical. Maybe the internal evals were ugly. Maybe the lab's next model was a dead end and will never see the data. I don't know. And 80 people lost their seats, real people. And in acqui-hires, It's the founders who got paid on the way in, not the engineers walking out this week. None of this is costless, by the way. It costs a lot of money to run these experiments. But the practical read still stands, and here it is. The stack Amazon just committed to, Reddit Frontier models, owned infrastructure, and operational glue on top, is the same stack you can run as one person today for less than a car payment. And they didn't keep it a secret. There is no secret. The Frontier is rented by the hour now, and the whole game is what you operationalize on top of it. And that's what I teach you guys in my AI workshop. So stop waiting for a lab to hand agents down to you. The 2024 move was watching what labs announced. The 2026 move is being the operator. Pick one workflow you already do every week, wire an agent to it, and let it run while you sleep. Amazon closed the lab. The tools are open, so go build.